Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today we are talking about the entrepreneur mindset. There are a lot of skills you're gonna have to develop if you want to become a successful entrepreneur, but in this video I'm gonna be talking about 5 that I think are super important and showing you how to develop them in your everyday life so you can become a better entrepreneur, better person even. So if you're interested in these tips, keep on watching. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sarah. For those of you who are new, this is the Unchained CEO. I do business, lifestyle, and motivational videos here, and I put them out every week. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, you know what to do. Go ahead and subscribe, like, comment, and share this. This is one of the videos in the series of videos that I'm doing for the How to Run a Successful Business series here on YouTube. So I will link the other videos of the series in the description box, and I'll probably put them up in the card so you can check them out as well. If you've been here before, thank you so much for all of your support and your continued support. So let's jump right in. You are going to need certain skills if you want to make it down this beautiful path we call entrepreneurship. And I'm here to help you with that. There are certain skills you're gonna need, and there's lots of them, but these 5 I feel are the ones that a lot of people struggle with, and this is the reason why they don't start a lot of the things that they want to do in life. So whether you're an entrepreneur or not, these 5 tips can really help you push you forward and achieve your goals. So let's jump right in to tip number 1. Get used to discomfort. Yes, you heard me. One thing I will tell you right now, if you decide to become an entrepreneur or do anything that you've never done before, it's going to feel uncomfortable. So you need to get used to discomfort. Push yourself outside of your comfort zone. It's going to take confidence, it's going to take patience. Sometimes you'll be frustrated, but you're going to need it. Trust me. The things that you are attempting to do, we're going to assume you've never done them before. So obviously, you are not going to feel comfortable in that moment. And what happens to a lot of people is when they feel uncomfortable, they back away, or they procrastinate, or they never start. You need to push through that. You're going to have to push through it every day as an entrepreneur, because you're going to come into situations where you don't feel comfortable. But when you pass through them, you become a better business owner, entrepreneur, person in general. So you need to get used to discomfort. Here's a little tip on an everyday life type of thing that you could do that will help you get used to being uncomfortable. Set a goal for yourself every day that you'll do one thing that makes you feel uncomfortable. And it could be the simplest thing as when you walk down the street. When you're walking, instead of looking down at the phone or the ground, look at someone and say hello. I know for some of you that's like, what? Talk to strangers? Yes. Say hello. If that doesn't faze you, if that's not something that makes you feel uncomfortable, go a step further. Seek out a person in your day-to-day life and look at something that you can compliment about them. So maybe you liked that girl's shoes. Tell her. Go up to her. Just tap her if she's not noticing you or whatever. Just say, hey, those are really cute shoes. You don't have to say anything else after that. If you're a guy, you're not trying to hit on her or nothing like that. Don't make her feel weird and creepy. Just tell her those are really cute shoes. Just compliment her or him. This goes for you too, ladies, or other women. I do this all the time. Last time I did it, I remember this girl was wearing these really cool shoes, and I was like, whoa, those are neat. But we think these things, but we never say it to a person. So I just tapped her on the shoulder because she was listening to her music, and she turned to me and she took her little earbud out, and I said, those are really cute. And she's like, thank you. And then she told me she got them at Winners. So you can make a little conversation out of it if you want to, but you don't have to. So little things. Do something in your day that's outside of your comfort zone. Practice. It'll get easier and easier as you do more and more. And eventually, as you do little things that push you out of your comfort zone, you start tackling the bigger things. This is one of the skills you're going to have to get good at if you want to be successful. in life in general, but especially as an entrepreneur. Tip 2, become resourceful if you aren't already. If you're going to be an entrepreneur, you're going to need to be resourceful. Most of the time, things are not going to go according to plan. They're not. So, if you think outside the box, if you're open to new ideas and you think, well, quick on your feet and you become resourceful, you will succeed. One of the great ways to practice this is if you're a person who's naturally inclined that when you're trying to do something and you can't do it, you automatically ask for someone else's help or automatically ask someone else to do it for you, don't do that this time. Try to figure it out on your own using ways and means that maybe you're not familiar with or not used to. The key here is just to get used to being resourceful because things aren't always going to go according to plan. For example, when I got this space, my plan was not to paint it myself. My plan was to hire someone else and they were supposed to paint it for me. And when things started to go sideways with that, I decided, you know what? Nope, forget it. I am going to do it myself. Now, my dad had already told me that if I needed help, I could reach out to him. So I knew that I could, which is great. But even if he didn't, I had no problem rolling up these sleeves. And I'd probably end up knee deep in paint, but that was okay. I was gonna try my best to make sure that most of the paint went on the walls. So that's what I mean, be resourceful. Sometimes, like for example, if you were depending on someone to do something for you and they didn't show up or they didn't do it, find another way, be quick. Don't dwell on what someone didn't do, what they said they were gonna do and didn't do. As an entrepreneur, you're not gonna have time for that. There's gonna be a lot of people that are gonna promise you this, say they're gonna do this for you, say they're gonna help you with that, and they're not. And it's not necessarily because they're trying to be malicious or whatever. Sometimes they just forget. Your business is your responsibility, so you have to become more resourceful. Tip 3, you need to become action-oriented. You need to get used to taking action and taking action quickly. Make a decision and act on it. If you say, I want to start a YouTube channel for my business, start it. I don't care if you don't have any content yet. The very least that you could do is go online and just create the account. That's all you gotta do. Just start. Don't say, okay, as soon as I get a video, I'll upload. No. Just go right now. Go click or go into Google, type in YouTube, and then create an account. It's so easy. So easy. Action, take action, move. Every time you say you're gonna do something, take at least one action towards it right then and there. Don't wait till tomorrow or next week or next month or till you have everything in order. No, take at least one action moving you forward. As an entrepreneur, you're gonna have to take actions all the time. It goes back to the whole painting example that I gave you earlier. When I realized that the painter who I had hired was playing with me, I said, nope, I can do this myself. And I immediately said, thank you for your services, we're done here. That same day, or technically it was night, that same night, I rolled up my sleeves and I started lining off the areas that I knew I was gonna come back tomorrow and prime. So I was lining it off with the plastic and the green painter's tape or whatever. Immediately, I took an action. I did not say, okay, oh, I'm tired, you know what, let me just start this in the morning. No, I took at least one action in the right direction. Build the momentum. So get used to taking action. And if you're a person who is used to waiting, procrastinating, the more times you practice this, taking action, even if it's a small thing, the better at it you'll get. And you'll find over time that it'll just happen instinctively. You'll find yourself taking more action. And that's really what really brings you to your goals and you achieving them. It's the action you take. It's not what you say you're gonna do. It's what you actually do. So take more action. Tip number 4, courage. Whew. You are gonna need some courage. I'm gonna tell you this right now, you're gonna be afraid, you're gonna be scared, especially like I said, when you're doing something you've never done before. But you need to be courageous. You need to move, you need to step, you need to go forward. The thing that a lot of people sometimes believe is that people that do great things, they're not afraid, they're fearless. They're not fearless. They're afraid. They're scared. The difference is they don't let that stop them. And that's what courage is. Like when people jump into burning buildings to save their family or do like really heroic things or even simple things, You don't think they're scared, they're scared. But guess what? The goal trumps the fear at that time. The goal to save their family, or to save the person they love, or to do this particular thing outweighs any kind of fear that might be holding them back and telling them, no, don't do that. So understand that you will be afraid, and that is okay. But what I need you to do is not let it hold you back. And a really great indicator that you're going in the right direction, I'm going to assume that you've already laid out your vision and your plan in terms of like what it is you want to do and where you want to see yourself, and just a little, even if it's not fully detailed, but you kind of have an idea. If you've already done all this, and say for example one of your goals is that you want to open your own boutique or something like that. You've been doing it online, and although you like the online, you wanted to have your own like physical store. But you're scared because you're like, what if it doesn't work? What if I spend all this money and it doesn't work, or whatever? You're afraid. But deep down, you really, really want to have your own physical store. Now, you go online and you see something that pops up, and it's maybe a pop-up shop. And you start thinking, maybe this could give me a chance to kind of test it out and see what I like and what I don't like, and blah, blah, blah. And then immediately the fear sets in, and you say, oh, but what if no one shows up? And what if I spend all this money and no one actually likes it? My gauge is, if it's something you really, really want to do and you're afraid, do it. If it's something you really don't want to do and you're afraid, you don't need to do it. It's like me. I plan on going ziplining one day. Am I like deadly afraid? No, but it kind of freaks me out a little bit. But I'm going to do it because I really want to zipline. Now, bungee jumping, I don't want to do. And it scares me, so I'm not going to do it. You get the point? So feel the fear and do it anyways. Move forward, okay? You need to have courage in this thing we call entrepreneurship. You need to have courage in life in general. But these are little things that you can start to do to build yourself up. Take a step, move, be courageous. Tip 5, be bold. Especially now in 2020, there is no more time for you to be asking for permission, asking people if they like your idea. What do you think? Should I do it? Shouldn't I? No. Listen, entrepreneurs don't ask if they can or if they should or whatever. Do you want to do it? Then do it. Do you want to start that business? Start it. You don't need someone's approval, someone's go ahead. If that's what you want to do, do it. You need to be more bold, be more confident. Like, I'm in some Facebook groups, and I sometimes will see people post in the group like, hey, I'm thinking of starting a business. I'm really interested in, I don't know, hairstyling or something. What do you guys think? Should I start it? Should I just start it on just like making, I don't know, wigs and selling them online, or should I actually get my own place and whatever? Listen, because people could easily tell you yes, do that, and then people could easily tell you no, don't do that. You are the only one you need to ask. It's different if you have a business partner and you guys are doing something together, then you might want to go back and forth and get their input. But you don't need anyone's permission to start that business. You already know what you want, just go for it. And even if you're a little skeptical or doubtful because you're not sure if you can pull it off, do you want to do it? Do you actually want to do it? Then do it. You don't need anyone's permission, and you definitely don't need to ask anybody what do they think about it. Just do it. Be bold. One of the ways that you can start practicing being bold, from now on, if there's something you want to do, say for example, you want to try a cooking class, you want to go to a dance class, you want to dye your hair, you want to cut your hair, whatever. Stop going on social media and asking people what they think. Should you do it? Should I do it? They're not the one that has to live with it. You're the one that has to live with it. So just do it. Next time you have a thought and you're like, oh, I really feel like seeing a movie. I wish I could go, but I don't have anyone to go with. Go! You don't need anyone to go with. That's not a requirement to go to the movie. It might be a societal norm, but it's not a requirement. You can go to the movies by yourself. Start taking little actions every day that push you out of your comfort zone so that you can be bolder and just do the things you want to do without constantly asking people if they like it, what do they think about it, should I do it, shouldn't I do it? Nah, no more of that. So there you have it. Those are my 5 tips in terms of building that entrepreneurial mindset. There are way more skills that you're going to need. But those are things that you'll build over time. I don't want you guys to be bogged down by, oh, I don't have all the skills, I don't have all the resources, because these are all things you're gonna learn as you're in the process as well. But the reason why I pulled out these 5 in particular is because in the beginning, you're really gonna need these things, because it's hard. It's not an easy thing, and I don't want these things or anything really to stop you, because regardless of whether you feel like you aren't a person that can get used to discomfort, or you're not very resourceful, you're not very bold, you're not courageous, you're not confident, whatever the case may be, that's okay. At the end of the day, I still want you to start. Go after the things you want to go after. Try. I would rather you try and fail than not try at all. So there you have it, guys. Those are my tips. If you like this video, go ahead and like. Remember to share it so others can get the same information. And if you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, go ahead, hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so that YouTube can remind you when I post a new video. These business strategy videos are going out every week this year. And if you have any specific topics you'd like me to talk about too, you know, you can let me know. Connect with me on social media. It'll be around here somewhere. And thanks again for watching. See you in next week's video.